This is the Hocus Pocus String Art Kit tutorial by String Art by Kaylee. For this project, you will need one of my string art kits, which can be ordered on my Facebook kit group. It will come with yarn bundles and vinyl lettering to place on the board. You will just need to provide a pair of scissors and a straight edge like a squeegee to put the letters on. The very first step when making this sign is to take a picture of the board. We will be removing the paper so all of these lines will disappear, so that picture will be your reference. Once you have taken the picture, go ahead and remove the paper. Once the paper is removed, go ahead and grab that organza bag with yarn bundles and start taking them out. We will be starting with Mary over on the left. The colors we'll be using for her is the lighter purple, red, and tan. All other yarn bundles can be set to the side. The first area that we will be stringing is her face, so go ahead and grab that tan bundle, take the strand that's wrapped around the middle, and go ahead and pull it to unravel the bundle. The bundle is folded in half, so go ahead and unfold that and set it to the side, holding on to the same strand that we used to unravel. We will start off by making a loop with the end of that strand, and then we will take this loop and tuck it onto one of the nails on the face. I like to tie it where her chin and her neck meet, so go ahead and tuck that loop onto that nail and pull it tight to make the knot. And then make sure that knot is pushed all the way down to the base of the nail so it touches the board. After tying that on there, we will go ahead and outline our section so we can see exactly what we're filling in. And as we are outlining, we are pushing that yarn all the way down to the base of the nails. That is a super important step throughout this entire string art process. Now that we have our outline, we will go ahead and start filling in. You're going to go in all different directions to help fill up the empty space. I kind of do one direction all the way from one end to the other, and then I'll switch it up on the second layer. You can do like I am, where it kind of looks a little bit nice and neat by doing a pattern, or you can skip around all over. The point is just to fill it in. Make sure as you are stringing that you do stop at about halfway up the height of the nail. A lot of these nails will share colors, so we want to make sure we leave room for the next. The step I'm doing now is optional. I like to add an additional outline to make it look a little bit cleaner. We really only need to do it between the hair and her shoulder, but I'm just gonna go up over the top so I don't have to tie off or go through my areas, and just loop back down here to finish it off. Once the area is finished, we will go ahead and tie off. I like to just cut my strand a little bit longer so we have enough room to do the same loop that we started with, and then we will tuck it onto a nail and pull it tight. Just make sure that it only loops on one nail though. And then I will go ahead and trim down this longer strand that we still have to about 1/2 inch, and then use the end of my scissors to tuck that little strand into my layers. That will help secure the knot. And here is a look at how high up those layers go. Where it connects with the shirt and the hair, I try and make sure I have at least half the height of those nails left, since we will be adding more yarn on top of those nails for the other sections. Next, we'll move on to her shirt, so grabbing that red bundle, grab the strand that's looped around the middle, and unravel. I'm going to go ahead and unfold that bundle. So we're just doing the same process all over again. We're going to do a loop up in the air with the strand, tuck it onto any one of those nails that connect to the shirt, give it an outline, and then we will fill in. For those nails that have yarn on them, you'll just go up on top of those layers, like shown. And again, making sure that you're pushing the rest of the yarn all the way down to the board. And then you can go ahead and fill in. The nails that connect to her neck and shirt, those will end up filling just about all the way to the top. The other nails, you don't really have to worry about quite as much. You can fill up as high as you want, as no other yarn colors will go on there. And then the optional step where you can outline the entire shirt to give it a little bit cleaner, smoother look. Cutting that yarn a little bit longer so we could tie our loop, tucking it onto a nail, and then pulling tight. Trimming that strand down and tucking the end into those layers. Almost finished with Mary. Last step is her hair. Hopefully at this point you're kind of understanding how we're stringing each section. It's just the same process throughout. I do finish off each hairstyle in my own unique way, which I will show you guys how once we get there, but basically everything is just the same over and over. Okay, so once her hair is almost finished, it's looking a little bit more full, I will top it off with a few layers of horizontal lines. Her hair kind of has a unique twist. I can't really describe it, but I like to do these horizontal lines to kind of give it the look of a twist. I can't think of what it's called, but this is just what I like to do. Kind of makes me think of like an ice cream cone, kind of like a twister maybe. I'm not sure what I'm trying to describe, but I don't know, I like how this ends up looking. These horizontal layers are totally optional if you guys just like the random look or just, you know, the pattern layers. Do whatever you want to do. This is just kind of what I like. Anyways, once you get filled in and outlined, go ahead and tie off. And now it is time for Winifred in the middle. So we will be using the green yarn, orange, and tan. So go ahead and grab those. Her shirt is a little bit different as it has the collar. So we're going to start with the collar, then do her neck and face, and the rest of her shirt, and then her hair. So green for the collar first. So we'll go ahead and tie onto one of the nails on the left side of the collar, give it a little outline, and then start filling in. There is one nail on each side of the collar that we need to really focus on, where it connects to the collar, her shirt, and her neck. Go even less than halfway since we are sharing 3 different colors onto it. It will get full. This nail right here. So one thing that I do in a lot of my pieces, if you've watched any of my videos, is I do string outside of my area sometimes, like I'm doing right here. Some spots you just cannot cover up within your area, so I'm going to do what I call a sneak through. I will go through an area that will be covered up later by additional yarn colors. This will help me hit some spots that I just cannot seem to hit by filling within my area. And it can just help keep that nice clean pattern look that I'm going for. You just need to make sure that yarn will be covering those areas later. Don't go through an outside area that will just be left open with no yarn covering it, or else you're going to be upset. Just really pay attention to when you're doing these sneak throughs. Once you finish the left side, go ahead and move on to the right side of the collar. So on this side as well, I will be doing the sneak through again. The nails that connect the base of her chin and her neck, they're just a little bit wider in between them, so we just need that little extra help to cover in the space. And next we will move on to her face and neck. So go ahead and grab that tan bundle, tie it on, outline, and then fill in. So I am missing a little chunk of finishing up the filling in on her face. You can see a kind of little sneak throughs through her hair again. Totally works. Go ahead and outline, and then we will move on to the bottom half of her shirt. And then here's a look at how high these layers are. You can see those nails right there that connect to the 3 areas are getting a little bit fuller, but we still left some room on there. Enough for the shirt. Those will fully get filled up by the end of this area. Last section for Winifred is her hair. We will be finishing it off with kind of a unique look to it. So just fill in like normal and then I'll come back. So I looked up the name of her hairstyle and they kind of say it's a bouffant, but it's just kind of the big poofy textured hair. So I kind of just go in all different directions all over the place with this. Her hair's not really messy, but this is just kind of how I like to do her hair as well. Again, this is optional. You can keep doing that pattern like that we did before. Totally up to you. We are almost finished. Now we are on Sarah. We are also doing kind of a funky order for her as well. We are going to do the right side of her hair because it is behind her head and shoulder. And then we will go on to the head and shoulder and then a little bit of her dress and then the left side of her hair. So for now, go ahead and outline and fill in and I will describe how we will finish off her hair. I will say as you are filling in her hair, try and do a lot more horizontal and diagonal layers. Sarah has nice straight hair, so the last couple layers will all be the vertical lines. So to fill in for those first so many layers, you do want to do them the other directions. The sneak throughs will come in handy, especially because all these lines are going one direction to help cover up all the layers behind them, but that is up to you. Just make sure you're not filling in past that halfway point. Next section is her face and shoulder. Now you will do that little half circle for her dress. Try to not add too many layers onto that point where it connects into her hair over on the left side. That one will really fill up later on to do her hair. Last section of string. So with her hair on this side as well, doing the same thing as before. A lot of the horizontal and diagonal lines first, and then we will top it off with the vertical lines. Because the bottom of her hair does have that small curve to it, I will kind of start, I'm going to do a couple layers that kind of curve with it. So towards the bottom, we will kind of shift that vertical line slightly diagonal and do it until we get to this point, and then we will kind of keep going as we go down. Really watch these layers. I have a really hard time explaining it. You can kind of see how I just kind of keep shifting it over and over until we get this nice curved look. If you don't like the look of this, just keep those vertical lines on there. You can see I didn't do full vertical on her upper part of her hair either. I will do these diagonal to kind of give it like her bangs are side swept. So we will do some diagonal lines for these. And then I finish off her hair with the outline, and we are finished stringing. Last step to finish the board is to place on the vinyl lettering, whichever quote that you chose. Go ahead and take that lettering and turn it upside down, take that straight edge and run it across, and then you'll slowly start peeling the backing off of the tape. Do it really slow because sometimes the vinyl will stick to the backing and you don't want to rip anything. Like my F did right there, it kind of picked up, so it's going really slow, really paying attention. Then you'll bring that board back and we will figure out our placement of the words, then push it down, scrape it on with the squeegee, and again, slowly pulling the tape back off. I use a squeegee, kind of scrape down the letters, and we are all set. Here is a closer look at the finished project. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give the video a like and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming string art tutorials. Thank you so much for watching.